Good morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Today is Try It Thursday. Now, I have tried doing this before. I did it with my friend, who has since passed away, but we did it quite a few times when we lived in Quesnel. They were delicious, but she was the ringleader. She knew what to do, and I just followed suit. So I did try not too long ago on my own here, and it was a dismal failure. I was very frustrated, but then I realized I had bought the wrong wrappers. So I am going to try it Thursday again to make some egg rolls. So first thing I'm going to do is turn my fry pan on. I should put a spray of oil in it, just a little spray. I don't want too much. Okay, I never have everything over here. I'm terrible that way. Okay, I'm not prepared. Okay, let's turn this on to medium. And we will take, now this is just ground pork. Now I'm probably going to be making more filling than I need. And if I do, whatever is left will just be egg roll in a bowl. It's just all good to eat, just the way it is. All right. And we got a little garbage bag here, which I'll just put right like that. Okay. Now, can you see? Yes, you can. And I think the only spice that I'm going to put in here is going to be garlic and some teriyaki sauce. Now, I want that to just start cooking up a little bit. And while that's doing that, I'll explain all the other ingredients here. Okay, we're going to have this cooked up. We're going to add a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of teriyaki. I have bean sprouts here. I've got far too many bean sprouts. They have only this giant bag, so I'm going to use the rest in the salad. But I'm going to use about half this bag, maybe 2/3 of that bag, and I will likely use this entire bag of coleslaw mix. Now you can buy just cabbage and shred it. This is just so convenient, and when I was out, I took the convenient way. This is the correct egg roll wrappers. This company is called Mandarin, it just says egg roll wrappers, and that's about the size they are. So that's what we're going to do there. Now let's get this started here. I'm going to pause you for 1 second. I have to go and take a peek on something that I've got in the oven right now, and I will be right back. Okay, everything's good. All right, I'm going to just start to turn this over. So I gave it a little bit of thought while I was over in the kitchen, and I said I was going to just use garlic powder and teriyaki, but I decided to add 2 other things to it, just to make it extra special good. All right, now this is cooking, but it's still got a ways to go. And turn it up just a smidge. So first thing I'm going to do is put some garlic in. I'm not going to use garlic powder, I'm going to use garlic paste. Just a squirt. I find that very convenient to have. The next thing that I'm going to use that I hadn't said that I was going to is a product that I was told about by Penguin and the Chef. They use it apparently a lot, and I hadn't used it, and so I thought I'm going to try it. I ordered it from Amazon, and you know, it's really, really good. Now the brand they have is different, but this one's called Healthy Boy Brand. It's mushroom vegetarian sauce, and it's sort of used like you would a soy sauce, but it's much thicker than. What's going on? My fingers don't work. My husband and I have found that we are having a heck of a time opening anything. How am I doing this wrong? There we go. Opening milk containers or any of that, it's all getting to the point where it's hard to do. Okay, that's that. Turn it back down. And this is my soy sauce. This one's just about, or not soy sauce, teriyaki sauce. This one's just about done. So I've got another new one. But we'll start with that one. Okay. Now let's give this a stir. And once the pink is gone, we don't want to do it until the pink's gone, but once the pink is gone, then we want to make sure it's minced fine, and then we can add our vegetables. My meat masher would have done that better. I'm not organized. Sorry, guys. I just think this meat masher will do a much better job than that other little thing was doing. So. I went to the grocery store today, could not believe the price of groceries. It's like, I knew my bill was getting higher and whatnot, but when you're not the person who's in the grocery store, you forget. We went to this one store and we were looking at chicken breasts. And for 3 chicken breasts, they wanted $21. 3! I couldn't believe it. It's just ridiculous. Okay, now we're going to put in the bag of cabbage mix. And that, of course, will cook way down. And we're going to put in some of the bean sprouts. I don't want them to be really mushy, so I'm going to put them up on the top. Okay, so now I'm not going to toss them too much in there. You know what I think would be good? If I put the lid on this, it would steam it for a minute. That's the lid right here. And I got a little bit of water right here. Just going to steam that for a minute, and then I'll come back and tell the story. Okay, now let's that one vent like that. Okay. Ooh. How am I going to do this? I'm not very good at lifting things, especially hot things. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, it won't be long now for this to be done. Like I said, you don't want to cook it too much. Okay, one last little bit of teriyaki sauce, and then that filling is done. And you'll notice there's not a recipe for this. This is just dump and go and create what you want. You can make this vegetarian if you didn't want to have any meat. You could use chicken. You could use all bean sprouts, no cabbage. Okay. Okay, that's turned off. Now I do want to unplug it. My son has told me I should be unplugging these things when I'm done. So, he's an electrician. He knows what he's talking about, I guess. So good Lord. Okay, there. Okay. I tell you, the things that are just regular things to do can be shockingly hard when you have problems. So, okay. Now I want this to cool a bit, so therefore I'm going to put it in a bowl, and that will make it cool faster. So, let's see. Let's bring this sideways. And then I can hold that up to there. See, if you cook it too long, it will get an awful lot of liquid in it. And that's what you don't want, because you don't really want to have too much liquid when you're making the actual egg rolls. The other reason I don't make these very often is because ever since getting Parkinson's, I've been quite fearful of things, which I never used to be fearful of. My Instant Pot was one of those things that took me a lot of bravery to get used to and working on it. Speaking of which, I've got yogurt in it right now. I'm making yogurt for Claudine's dog, and then I'm going to make another batch for Cal, Ashley, and Finn. So, but the dog one is just plain. It's not flavored or sweetened. So, I'm doing it first. But you want to know your ingredients and know what you're getting, and that's one way of doing it is by making these yourself. But when you're fearful, I have to deep fry these. Well, I'm not going to deep fry, I'm going to shallow fry, because I am quite afraid of deep frying, which is silly because, good heavens, I used to do plenty of it. But, all right, so that's those things. I'm going to just put that like that and put this out of the way, because I'm going to need that, and I don't need this. Okay, so now you probably noticed by now that I'm quite messy in the kitchen. It's because, as well as having Parkinson's, I have neuropathy issues, and I can't feel my feet correctly, and I can't feel my hands correctly. My fingertips are completely numb. If I cut them with a knife, I would not notice that I had done that. If I touch something really hot, I do notice, and I pull my hands back, but I have often hurt myself before I've realized it. I'm constantly banging my legs and having bruises because that lid is loose. I'm gonna have to get that tightened because the lid is loose. All right, so now I've got a little dish of water. Now let's see, what do I have to do so you can see me? You can see this plate. So I will bring this down a little bit. Just like that. Okay, so now you can see this area here, yes. So, I don't know how many wrappers are in here, do they say? Nope, they just tell me how many grams. So, let's hope that this goes well. Now, apparently each one of them is separated by a thing. You know what? I would bet a damp towel. A damp towel would be a really good idea on these. That's a given. All right, let's put a damp towel on. Better get a clean one. And there we go. I bought these little microfiber cloths thinking I was buying tea towels. That's not the size of a tea towel. So obviously I didn't pay much attention. Okay, so now, can you see? Yes, I'm going to use my brush. You can use your finger, but I'm going to just use the brush. And you do two sides with the water. And then, good Lord, I'm so sorry. I've got to get myself organized better. I tell everybody how organized I am, and then this is what I do. But in my own defense, it's the middle of the night, so I probably should be sleeping instead of cooking. But anyway, All right, so let's try one. And once we're on a roll, I'll tell a story. Let's see. And this, they said, don't overfill. And I remember Bertie saying, oh, Darlene, you'll never get that roll because you got so much filling in there. So let's just try it. So let's see. Bring this up and over, and then pull it back, so that tucking it in, and then we fold this over, and this over. You see that water is supposed to act like glue, like this. These are, I've seen egg rolls are always big. These are little, well, we'll call them mini egg rolls. Pretend that's what we were trying to do. Okay, that wasn't too bad actually. Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'm going to keep on doing this while I tell you a story. This is going to be one of those stories that people are going to say, I don't believe it. That's exactly what they're going to say. But I can tell you, I swear, it is the truth. When we were youngsters, my mom's sister, Molly, from Ireland, came for a visit. Well, we as children had a pet goldfish. And, you know, goldfish don't overly live long. But anyway, we had a pet goldfish, and we called it Goldie, and we all took turns feeding it and whatnot, and we were all quite happy about it. Well, Goldie one day decided to go belly up. Now, Aunt Molly was looking in the tank when it happened. So it wasn't like it had happened and we found him like that. She was looking in the looking in the tank when he went boom, and up. And without even thinking, she said, oh, we've got to save him. And my mom says, Molly, it's a fish. And Molly says, no, Frances, we can save it. Get me some baking soda. So Mom got the baking soda, not knowing what Molly was going to do. And Molly took the baking soda and sprinkled a tiny little bit of baking soda into the fish tank and swished her hand around. And you know, that silly fish started to swim again. I kid you not. It started to swim again. And it lasted for about 3 days before it died again. And, oh, look, I didn't do that one very good. Okay, let's see. But it lasted about 3 days before it died again. And we were all amazed. It was like, how is that possible? But it did it. But I think it was something to do with the baking soda, put air in the tank or something. Dad asked somebody at a pet store one time and got some kind of answer like that. Okay, this one's probably going to burst when we fry it, but we'll do that. So I'm going to make one more, and then I'm going to turn you off while I finish making them, because this is going to be kind of boring to watch me do this. Now, you'd think if I could paint as good as that maybe I could do other things, but good heavens, I have struggles. But you know, I don't care how long something takes me. If I just put my mind to it, I will eventually accomplish it. It's not always easy, and it's not always fast, but it is usually possible. Not always, but usually. I'm a little slow at some things, and other things, I'm not any good at opening things. Anything that's got a lid that has like a top that you have to pull open, that doesn't do me any good at all, because I can't pull the little cans. All right, so there we go. That's another one. They're not going to be pretty, but I don't need them to be pretty. Okay, I'll continue this, and then when we're ready to fry them up, bring you back. Okay, everybody, we're back. Got them all made. Now, I'm not sure if this oil is hot enough, but we'll try one and see. Nope, it's not hot enough. We have to let it warm up just a little bit more. I don't want to turn it up too high, because like I said, I'm afraid of it. So what I think I'll do, once it's up to temperature, I'll put you back on, I'll fry up a couple, and then you don't have to wait and watch all of this. So I'll get it going hot and then I'll come back. Okay, here we go. We're going to have made 21 of them by the time it's done. That one's stuck, it's probably going to break. All these people who are good meat fryers are probably all laughing at me right now, but this is the best I can do. So I'm just going to let these go till they're brown. I'm going to turn this one over because I don't have a ton of oil in it, so it's not. There we go. All right, now I'm just going to show you what they look like over here. That's what they look like, and we'll have 21 of them. So I'd say that today is a success. So this was a successful Thursday, and I hope you're all enjoying yourself, and we will see you all tomorrow.